Let me take you back in time to 2003. The music is good, the prices are even better, and you're reading and consuming good content when a 13-year-old is going toe-to-toe with King Kong. Normally, when a 13-year-old kid loses a battle to a world champion, they would count their blessings that they survived, but not for Baki. When we see him lose to Yuri, he's more motivated than ever to become stronger, going as far to go to the most dangerous area in the mountains to seek guidance and further his training from his dad's old workout partner, and for a short duration, his name's Ando. The first thing we see Baki doing of relevance is doing the same workouts that his dad did to become stronger, and was even told about the infamous Yasha ape that Yujiro defeated himself, talking as if it's an old folktale or something. But even as Ando is telling Baki about this monstrous ape that kills whoever opposes it, Baki is visibly trembling and terrified. But the hanma blood is something else, y'all. It's something else, boy. That hanma blood don't care about petty things like fear or anxiety. The hanma blood wants pure 100% smoke 24/7, man. That's all it wants. It don't want women. It don't want nothing. It just wants smoke, okay? It don't care if you're a man, animal, or God. It won't smoke, okay? True battle junkies, and we love it. That's why we consume it. So when we start to see Baki train, and he's doing the normal training as if he's going to fight a man, right? Over here bench pressing like it's gonna help him, right? I don't blame him. He's 13, right? He's 13. Can't blame him, right? How would he know how to train to fight King Kong? I believe the best thing that happened to Baki was seeing the ape in person, and as it came to wreck his training ground, and he treated Baki like a little jit, with Baki's attacks tickling the ape, Baki was rendered useless. And as Ando tried to help him, all of his efforts was pointless, and all his injuries, well, they became grave because his stomach got ripped open viciously, I might add. But the only thing that Baki can do, because he was helpless, was rely on a natural element, which is fire, to scare off the ape. Now this ape, when he showed up to Baki, bro, he crumpled. He bent the weight. He was the barbell. He bent it like it was just like a string cheese or something, bro. It's crazy. But anyways, guys, so after Baki scared off the ape, Baki rushed to Ando, right? He rushed Ando home to try to treat the dire wound by pouring gunpowder on it, right? And lighting it on fire. These men are built different, all right? I swear, bro. They are built different. But we see Ando beg Baki to not do anything stupid while he's away, right? He don't want Baki to die. He don't want that to happen, right? But we see, and we know that we know that it fell on mute ears because it's the hanma blood. The hanma blood don't care about things like concern, okay? We see Baki the next day start training for his rematch. He's training like nothing like he usually would. He's eating like a sumo wrestler to build up dense big muscles. He also started to do near-death focused things like jumping off a cliff to overcome fear and activating his endorphins and learning how to cope and fight with that knowledge now, right? When Baki's endorphins was activated, he can do 3 times as much as he used to, where we see him using a tree as a punching bag or running up a cliff with hundreds of pounds of huge rocks. After weeks of training like a madman, right? Baki felt like he was ready to face the Yasha ape now. But when Baki reached the cave, we see him surrounded the area in fire, right? He did this intentionally. He didn't want the ape to escape, right? He didn't want no pussy shit like that, right? Nothing but pure hanma blood and confidence. As we see them begin to fight, nothing Baki does actually works on the Yasha ape, and he starts to lose ground because Baki was still attacking the ape in vital points that affected humans. So until Baki realized his fighting tactics need to change, he was having a rough time with the Yasha ape. A very rough time, I might add, okay? Even at 13, Baki shows an insane amount of grit and determination, being bitten, scratched, and punched by an ape 10 times his size. Despite it all, Baki never gave up and evolved his fighting methods to combat the Yasha ape, and he started to actually gain some ground. When Ando showed up with his injuries and everything, with his shotgun, he wanted to intervene, okay? With this, bro, this triggered Baki. This is probably the first time Baki had that instinctive feeling to like, you better got my fight right now, bro. It triggered him. He was screaming at Ando to stay out of his fight and that this is his fight and don't intervene, right? Now, from Ando's perspective, he's seen this 13-year-old kid fighting this massive ape, going toe-to-toe with it. He's dumbfounded. He's like, holy crap, this guy got this 13-year-old boy got bigger balls than I do, right? So with us seeing Ando being shocked that a 13-year-old standing toe-to-toe with this beast, after some back and forth, we see Baki do a Hail Mary move, right, by punching the back of the Yasha ape's throat through his mouth. Luckily for Baki, this worked and temporarily knocked out the Yasha ape, but he ended up getting up shortly after, and Baki was stunned. He was trying to prepare to fight again, but the Yasha ape slowly returned to his cave. Voluntarily, with Baki feeling cheated out of his victory a little, he accepted it. But after the fight, we see Baki visiting the Yasha ape, and by the time Baki left the cave, not only did he make a new friend, but he understood love and the circle of life that much more, because he realized it wasn't just a big brawling ape that just attacked with no care in the world. You know, he had a wife. You know, he had a lineage behind him of all the other apes that lived and progressed, and it's a circle of life. This 13-year-old boy finally realized the circle of life, and it took a near-death battle with a very, very large ape to understand that. You see, that's the hanma blood. That's the hanma life we're talking about here. You see, we understand the circle of life by seeing a child being born in the world, but Baki understands the circle of life by beating the shit out of an animal, a wild animal, I might add. That's how Baki understands life. Anyways, so you know, he has a better understanding, right? So that is why the 18-year-old version of Baki we see now isn't affected by much, okay? He isn't afraid of anything, because 5 years prior, he faced the biggest obstacle a boy could do, taking on a massive killing ape.
Penny X.